Hello, hello, Facebook. How are y'all doing in the first Monday of 2021? Happy New Year to y'all. This is the first live video that I am broadcasting for your viewing and listening pleasure of the brand new year of 2021. And I have to say, I am excited for the year. Before I start talking too much, because sometimes I could get real engaged and into a good discussion with y'all on Facebook, and then it'd be like 2 or 3 minutes later before I bring in the Instagram crew. So I'm just gonna pause for the cause and bring in the Instagram crew, and then we can get today's discussion rocking and rolling. All right, stand by. Okay, okay. Hello, hey, Instagram, how are y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful day on the very first Monday, Motivation Monday, Mindset Monday of 2021? I don't know if that's what I'm going to call these things, but something that I am going to be doing new for the new year is I will be seeing y'all and meeting y'all and greeting y'all live on both Monday and on Wisdom Wednesday. But I don't think we're going to have like a fancy name for Mondays. We're just going to call them Fabpreneur Mondays. How about that? No alliteration. We're just all going to be fabulous fabpreneurs, and we are going to be here on Monday. Hello, Mrs. Hare today. How are you? Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. So we are here. We made it through 2020. And for that, you should give yourself a round of applause. I'm sure that all of you had the opportunity to celebrate the new year and all of the goals that you crushed in 2020, right? And you were able to assess and evaluate some of the things that might need to be refined or fine-tuned or recalibrated, right? So yes, Happy New Year. It's Monday. And y'all know I don't like to take up too much of your time talking about the weather. Because they say that when folks start talking about the weather, then they really don't have anything to talk about. And I really do have something that I want to talk to you about today. And it's really important, actually. Before I do that, I do want to introduce myself because I will forget. If you are new here and if you are a regular attendee of my live videos, welcome and welcome back. My name is Nick Scott. I am your favorite personal brand coach. I am a personal brand coach, and I help women entrepreneurs help secure the bag with their personal brand, y'all. I help women entrepreneurs establish their expertise, amplify their credibility, and to start to get premium pricing for their products and services. So that's really what I do. And I teach this concept called selfless self-promotion. And that's really how we go about ensuring that these women are able to secure the bag, that they can build their networks off and online, that they can attract targeted leads and customers to their business, and they can get that premium pricing because you know what? You deserve to be paid every cent for your expertise, for your knowledge, and and however you're packaging that up, whether it's in a online course, whether it's a coaching service, whether it's a physical product, you deserve to be paid at a premium for that. Okay, so that's really what I specialize in, is helping my clients amplify their expertise and establish their credibility and to get that premium pricing. Okay, so my name is Nick Scott. If you're new here, again, welcome back. If you've been rocking me for a while, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. Today, I really want to talk to y'all about goal setting. For this specific episode, it is the first week of the year, I guess the first full week of the year, the first Monday of the year. It's still the new year, so there's still a lot of goal setting that is happening. I know a lot of us like to get that goal setting out of the way before we get to the new year, but for some of us it doesn't happen until maybe after the first or second week of the new year. And I want to talk about your goals, and I want to talk specifically about a process that is widely known, corporate and in entrepreneurial worlds, that we set our goals on, and why I think you should stop setting your goals using this framework and this methodology. And if you read the title of this episode, you know that I'm talking about SMART goals. I want you to stop setting your goals using the SMART process. And if you don't know what a SMART goal is, lucky enough for you, I am going to go into that in today's conversation. Because on the surface, goal setting, it should be, right? It should be an ongoing, annual, quarterly, monthly, daily, weekly, hourly process. Like, it should be an ongoing process. Goal setting shouldn't just be something that you do at the beginning of the year when you're setting New Year's resolutions, or at the end of the year when you're reevaluating your business plan and you're setting new goals and new milestones of what you want to achieve for your business. Goal setting is an ongoing process. So that's number one. If you are not approaching your goals as something that you should be revisiting, as something that you should be modifying and refining as we go on throughout the year, throughout the month, throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the quarter, then I'm going to challenge you to start to think about your goals as an ongoing process. It's not a one and done. It's not a set it and forget it. Right? Like, these are things that we have to actually take action on. These are things that we actually have to build a plan around, right? And I think that's where SMART helps us a little bit, in a sense. It helps us to build some type of plan and framework around what it is that we actually want to achieve. But if you are really about that goal achievement life, I mean, for real, like if you're the kind of person who says they're going to do something, they set a goal and then they actually do it. Remember, we talked about that 8%. If you're a true 92%, if you are in the 92%, then you're not about that goal achievement life. But if you're an 8%er, and if you don't know what I'm talking about with the 8%, I encourage you to go back into the archives and to listen to the episode where I talked about being a part of the 8%. If you're a part of the 8%, you are truly about that goal achievement life. Hands down. Because you already understand that goal setting is much deeper than that surface level of setting a annual goal or a quarterly goal or a monthly goal or a weekly goal or a daily goal. Like, you understand that goal setting is deeper than that. You already understand that this is an ongoing process, that you just don't get to set your goals and then forget it. Like, you already understand that. You understand that goal setting is a moment by moment process. It is a moment by moment process. And y'all, that is deep, right? Because when we're talking about shifting our mindset, when we're talking about achieving the things that we've never achieved for ourselves and attaining the things that we've never seen attained in our families before, or inventing things that have never been invented, it is a moment by moment process. Moments by moment. And if you are an 8%er, you already understand that. You already understand that your goals should stretch you beyond what is possible, what you thought was possible for yourself, right? It should stretch you beyond that. Like, the metric for setting your goals shouldn't be what you've accomplished and then building from there. I mean, I guess that's one way for you to set your goals, but your goals, your real branding and business goals, they should stretch you beyond what you thought was possible for yourself. Stretch, like, just imagine that in your head, what it looks like to stretch. And what I'm thinking about right now is like slime, right? Like, my kids, when they were little, they used to make slime, and slime could just stretch. Do they still make slime? Do kids still make slime? But your goals should stretch you just like that, right? Like, you pour the slime out of whatever the container is, and it takes the shape of whatever container it was in. So if it was in one of those, I might be dating myself, but the little eggs that the pantyhose used to come in. Y'all remember legs used to come in like an egg? Like pantyhose used to come in like, do people even still wear pantyhose? Okay, I'm old. I get it. Whatever. So the slime takes the shape of whatever container that it's in, right? So when you plop it out, it's already in that shape, right? But then you can stretch that slime. So you stretch it out of its shape. And let's say you wanted to stretch it over a plate or something. You have the ability to manipulate that slime to fit over the plate, right? So your goals should stretch you in that way. Now imagine if slime was not an inanimate object. Imagine if slime was a person, right? And that person was being asked to stretch themselves, to stretch their goals, right? You could imagine that that's an uncomfortable process, right? So your goals should stretch you beyond what you thought was possible for yourself. Your goals should make you feel a little bit anxious and uncomfortable, right? Like I said, just imagine if that slime had feelings. If that slime had feelings, how would it feel? It would be very, very uncomfortable for that slime, right? But even if that slime had never been stretched in every direction possible, once it's over that plate, it's like, well, I can stretch this slime over this plate. So your goals should make you feel a little bit anxious and uncomfortable. I say it all the time. You have to learn how to get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a small business owner, if you are committed to leveraging your personal brand to make you rich, to increase sales for your business, to grow your email list, to become a more influential influencer on social media, then you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like there's just no way around it. I don't really know any nicer way to say it except for if you don't like discomfort, then maybe you heard wrong about answering the call of entrepreneurship, because this is an uncomfortable journey, okay? Your goals should be so big that you get excited just by the mere thought just by thinking about it. Like, that's how big you should set your goals. Your goals should be so off the chain, y'all, that when you tell average people, the 92%, like you go tell somebody who's part of the 92%, because we're all part of the 8%, right? You go tell somebody who's part of the 92% about your goals, and they like, girl, you crazy. Girl, hey, girl, bye. That is how off the charts and off the chain your goals should be. So whether you choose to write your goals down in a journal, or you choose to record them on some type of audio feature, like iPhone has that voice recording feature, and you record them like that. Or maybe you're the type of person who likes to film their goals, film you talking about your goals to yourself on video. So maybe that's the mechanism that you choose to document your goals. Or maybe, you're like the vast majority of people who like to paste their goals on a vision board. Like none of that even matters. It does not matter how you choose to document your goals. It doesn't matter if you write it in a journal. It doesn't matter if you record it on audio. It doesn't matter if you make a video and you have all types of great graphics and transition. It doesn't matter if you do something as common and as powerful as a vision board. Because what matters more than all of that is the process by which you are setting your goals, y'all. The process. And I said earlier that SMART is a great beginner's strategy. It's a great entry level way to set your goals. And it is a very well-known framework for setting your goals. And it doesn't matter what type of goal you're setting. It can be your yearly goal, your quarterly goal, your monthly goal, your weekly goal, your daily goals. But SMART is a framework that a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of small business owners, a lot of coaches, a lot of consultants, a lot of service providers. This is a framework that they set their goals around. Now, if you don't know what SMART is, I'm going to break it down for you. It is a framework. It's an acronym. And each letter of the word SMART, it stands for something. So it means that your goal should be S, specific. Your goals should be M, measurable. Your goals should be A, attainable or achievable, right? That's what SMART says. Your goals should be attainable or achievable. The R stands for realistic. And then the T in SMART stands for time-based. So you understand SMART goals, SMART, specific, attainable, achievable, realistic, specific, measurable, attainable, achievable, realistic, and time-based or timely. I've seen and heard that people use the T for timely. So that's SMART goals. And I'm going to be completely transparent and honest with y'all. I used to be a believer and a great ambassador of SMART goals. So if you are still setting your goals the SMART way, then, no harm, no foul. Ain't no shame in that game, because I did it too. I did it for years. I taught clients how to do it. When I had direct reports, when I was a manager, I had my direct reports set their goals the SMART way. So I was a great believer and ambassador for SMART goals. And, even my last supervisor that I had in my last corporate job, she was big on SMART goals. Like every single year, she would literally drill in, and she would have each letter of the process. Is your goal specific? Is your goal measurable? Is your goal achievable? Is your goal realistic? Is your goal time-based? She would go back and be like, go do it again. Go do it again if it wasn't SMART. But I'm telling you, for me, I have been changed, y'all. And those of y'all that know me, that have been rocking me for a while, I had a song on my heart when I just said that. I know I've been changed, but I ain't gonna sing to y'all on the first episode of the new year. I ain't gonna give it to y'all today. I ain't giving it to y'all. But I know I've been changed because I do not any longer believe that anyone should be setting their goals the SMART way. I just don't. I don't. And more than that, I believe that SMART goals are holding you back. They're holding you back in your business. They're holding you back in your personal branding efforts. They're holding you back in life. They're holding you back in your corporate career. SMART goals are not, no, let's stop it. No more SMART goals. Starting today, no more SMART goals. Okay? That's a challenge, right? Remember I said your goals they should stretch you. They should make you feel uncomfortable. So if you felt uncomfortable because you've been relying on this SMART strategy as a way to achieve your goals for however long, and now your favorite personal brand coach is saying to you, no, we're not going to do that anymore, and you're uncomfortable with that, I'm fine with that, because here's the deal. I am not known as the coach that you want in your life. I'm not the friend that you want in your life. I'm the coach. I'm the friend. I'm the mother. I'm the wife. I am the loyal person that you need. So I'm not always going to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear on this day today is that you have to stop setting your goals the SMART way. You got to stop it. And I'm gonna tell you why. I wasn't just gonna leave y'all here and with that edge snatching statement and not tell you why. Because when you set your goals completely following the SMART strategy, like, I mean, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time based, like every single letter of the SMART strategy, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. When you set your goals completely following the SMART strategy, you're limiting yourself. Now, listen, I want to be very clear that I am not pushing back on the entire SMART framework, not the whole thing. The whole thing, the whole thing, when it's put together like that, yeah, I don't really like that. I don't like that too much. It's like, no, we ain't doing that. But there are two parts of the strategy that I'm just like, y'all, look, we have to do better. Like, if we are truly leveling up, if we are truly up leveling, if we are truly stretching ourselves, if we are truly creating goals and dreaming big to the extent that the 92% look at us like we're crazy, then we have to challenge the SMART goal process. And I'm specifically talking about the A. Remember, the A stands for attainable and or achievable. And I'm talking about the R. The R was for realistic. And I'm pushing you back. I'm pushing back on this. And understand, like I said before, if you have been setting your goals around the SMART framework, like I did for years, I taught it to my clients. I taught it to my direct reports when I was in management. For years, I did this. So if you're like that, no harm, no foul. I'm not judging you at all. At all. But what I'm trying to do is enlighten you. And I'm trying to stretch the way that you think about your goal setting, because I really want you to win. I want you to become a part of the 8% of people who set goals for themselves and actually achieves them, right? So if you've been setting your goals using the SMART strategy and you have not been achieving them, that might be a cause for you to pause and be like, maybe Nick is right about this SMART strategy. Maybe I should challenge it. So let's talk about the A and the R: attainable, achievable, and realistic. So I'm going to start with the A. So first of all, attainable and achievable. What does that even really mean? What does attainable really mean? I mean, and who is it attainable for? Is it attainable for me? Should I be basing my goals off of what's attainable for myself? Or should I be setting my goals based on what's attainable for you? Because if I see you do it, then I know it's attainable, quote unquote, right? But how, like, where's the direction? How am I supposed to be setting my goals? And even if it's something that I never personally done, does that mean it's not attainable? I paused because I really want you to think about that. When you are setting your goals, and specifically when you're setting them based on the SMART process, what are you basing this attainability off of? Is it based off what you've done in the past? Is it based off of your potential? Is it based off of what you've seen what other people do? What is this attainability, this achievability based off of? Because if you're limiting yourself to thinking about and setting your goals around what you believe is attainable for you based off of what you have already accomplished, then you're setting yourself short. You are selling yourself short. You are limiting your potential. Before you even start to set out to accomplish the goal, you're already limiting your potential. So The beginning of the year is a time where people like to fast from a lot of things for whatever reason, whether it's a spiritual reason or a personal reason. The beginning of the year, January, February, whatever, is a time where people like to fast from things. And something about me that you may or may not know is that I don't eat a lot of bread. I love bread, but I have grown to this point and this place in my lifestyle that I don't really eat a lot of bread. Like if I'm eating bread, then I already know what I'm getting myself into. But I don't eat a lot of bread. So if I was like, you know what, it's the beginning of the year and I'm going on this fast, honey, I'm eating no bread. I ain't eat no bread. But I already really don't eat bread. Like, is that really stretching myself? Is that challenging me? Is that a goal that's attainable and achievable for me? Yeah, it is. Like, I can fast for 40 days or 60 days or 90 days or a whole year without eating bread. That is totally attainable for me. Now, understand that I've never not eaten bread for a whole year. Like, that's never happened. But if I set a goal right now today and I said, I'm not going to eat any bread for the whole year, that is attainable and achievable for me because it's based off of my previous results. So it's not really a stretch for me. Like, maybe the time portion of it could, some would argue, yeah, that's kind of a stretch. But I would argue back, no. Like, I have gone months and months and months without eating bread. So that's not a stretch. So that attainable and that achievable, that A in SMART, I don't like it. I feel like it leaves you stagnant. Like, and maybe it might give you incremental growth, in achieving your goals. And if you're good with that, that's fine. But if you are an entrepreneur, I would dare say that you're a goal getter. You're a goal getter. Right? You ain't doing this for play. Like, you want to make this thing happen. And if that's true, then the A in SMART, that does not encompass goal getting. It encompasses comfort. Okay? And this is not a comfortable process. Now let's talk about that R. Realistic. So I started off this conversation talking about how crazy big your goals should be. Y'all remember that? I started off this conversation talking about how crazy, off the charts and off the chain your goals should be. I said that your goals should stretch you beyond what you thought was possible for you. I said that your goals, they should make you feel a little bit anxious and uncomfortable. I said, this is what I told you. I said that your goals should be so big that you get excited just by thinking about them. Just the mere thought about your goals, you should just get excited. I said that your goals should be so off the charts that when you tell the other 92% about your goals, that they look at you like you crazy, like, girl, seriously, like, because ain't nothing in your life has ever shown up in that way. What makes you think that all of a sudden this is about to happen for you? Like, that's how crazy big your goals should be. So if that's how big your goals should be, that's how crazy off the chain and off the charts your goals should be, what about any of that says realistic? What about any of that says realistic? Like, seriously. So, Muhammad Ali, he has this famous quote, and honestly, I don't know if he said it or not, but I seen it on social media and they credit Muhammad Ali, and I actually did a quick Google search before I came on here and started talking to y'all, and it does credit Muhammad Ali for saying this, and he said that I don't count the sit-ups. I only start counting when it hurts because they're the ones that count. That's what makes you a champion. So when I read that, I was like, okay, great, and I had a little conversation about my husband about what I was planning to talk to y'all about today. And he brought this quote up. He said, I don't remember who said it. So, I went and made sure that I'm giving the right proper credit. and it is Muhammad Ali. So what that basically means to me is like Muhammad Ali does not go into, or he did not go into a workout, like I'm going to do 10 sit-ups today. Yesterday I did 8. Today I'm going to do 10, right? He didn't go into his workout like that. He actually said, you know what? If it don't hurt at 8, I'm going to keep going. I ain't starting to count. If it doesn't hurt at 10, then I'm not starting to count. I'm only going to count when it starts to hurt, because that's where the champion is. Like, you are not a champion if you're like, well, I did 8 yesterday and it's realistic for me to do 10 today. So let me go do these 10, even though I'm not feeling any muscle fatigue, even though I'm not feeling any exhaustion, even though I know that I could probably crank out another 30 more, right? But I'm so proud of myself. Girl, you did more than you did yesterday. Y'all, that is a trick of the enemy. Listen, you have to start holding yourself accountable in a big way. In a big way. Like, I really want to see y'all win. And thinking small like that ain't winning. That is not winning. Okay? And I still have the same questions about the R in SMART that I have about the A. Like, what are you basing this realistic goal off of? Is it based off the 8 sit-ups you did yesterday? Or is it based off of the 100 sit-ups that somebody else did? Like, what does realistic even mean? So I listen to a lot of other coaches, whether it's through podcasts or videos or through my own coaches that I pay for. And one coach that I was listening to recently, she was talking about goal setting for the new year. And she was specifically talking about money goals. And and this particular coach, I'm gonna be honest, I have a love-hate sentiment for her. Because, like, she talks about such good stuff, but sometimes the way that she delivers it, it's almost like she's literally cussing you out. So I have a love-hate sentiment with this coach. But this coach, she basically said, look, I don't care what you thought your money goal was going to be. Your new money goal is $250,000. I don't care if you never made $1 in your business. Your new money goal is $250,000. And in layman terms, that's $250,000 in revenue for your business within 12 months. That's what she said. And I know when she said it, it made a lot of people uncomfortable, because there are a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs who have never even gotten close to generating $250,000 of revenue in their businesses. Like, there's tons. Women, I talk about this statistic all the time and how saddening it is that women are the most frequent business establishers, but we are also the most underpaid. Like, the number of women that never hit 6 figures in their businesses is saddening. Right. So when she said it, and I would imagine that the bulk of her audience is women, that, it made them uncomfortable. And a lot of women on that call probably rejected it. But I'm telling you now, even if it's never been done for you, it is possible. And SMART goals, they're not going to get you there if you are basing your goals on what's attainable and realistic, especially if you're basing it off of what you've already done. How about you start basing your goals off of what you want? How about that? How about you start basing your goals off of your dreams and your desires and that stuff that's deep down in your heart, that if there were no limitations and boundaries, that you would go after and you would get it? How about we start setting our goals around that? SMART goals should really be SMT goals. Like, we just need to get rid of the A and the R altogether, because yes, your goals should be very specific. They say write the vision, make it plain. Your goals should be plain, very specific. Your goals should absolutely be measurable. You should be able to measure your progress 100%. So you should be tracking the data. You should be tracking the data. So your goals should be measurable, and your goals should be time-based. You should have a deadline for your goals. I'm a very deadline-oriented person, y'all. Like, if you tell me to do something and you don't give me a deadline, I do it when the spirit moves me or not. Like, that ball will get dropped and it'll be rolling down the street. It'll be 6 blocks, 6 miles, 10 miles down the road. And you'd be like, Nick, I asked you to do that. I'm like, oh, now I got to go chase the ball 10 miles down the road, pick it back up. And now you gave me a deadline. So your goals should absolutely be time-based. Because if your goals truly are smart, then you're limiting yourself. And I hope that I've been able to demonstrate that through our discussion today. If you missed the discussion today, I encourage you to run this back on replay. Because if you are truly using SMART as the framework and the methodology and the process to create your goals off of, you are limiting yourself. You are not allowing yourself to dream. You're not allowing yourself to dream. You are placing boundaries on yourself before you even start. You're placing boundaries on yourself before you even start. It's almost like you're keeping yourself, remember I talked about the slime? You're keeping yourself cooped up in that container before you even start. So let's not use SMART as our baseline to set our goals off of anymore. If you're under the sound of my voice right now, whether you are listening to this live or you're listening to this in the replay, if you are under the sound of my voice at this point, you and we are going to set a goal to not use SMART as our framework and our process to base our goals off of anymore. Because here is the real deal. And I need you to understand this. And I need you to believe this. And if you have a pen and paper by you, I want you to write this down. Anything is possible for you. And I want you to personalize that thing. I want you to say, and I want you to write this down. Anything is possible for me. Anything is possible for my business. Anything is possible for my brand. Anything. Anything means anything means anything means anything. I want y'all to write that down, because whatever it is, whether or not it has happened to you, whether or not someone else has ever done it. Hello, Facebook. Come on. Like, you know how many things have been invented? Light bulbs and street lights and televisions and telephones and MacBooks, and come on now. Whether or not it has been done by somebody else, like, that should not be your metric of whether you should be setting a goal. What's in your heart? What are you dreaming about? Anything is possible. What is it that you dream for your brand? Write that question down. What is it that I dream for my brand? And dream. Oh, when I say dream, I mean dream without a limit, y'all. This is 2021. If 2020 didn't teach us anything else, it should have taught us that we ain't got time to wait to move. So what is it that you dream for your brand? Write that question down and answer it later. What is it that you dream for your business? What is it that you dream for your lifestyle? What is it that you dream for your legacy? Oh, like, all of us talk about how we doing this for legacy. I do this for my kids. I'm telling you now, I don't do this for my kids, because they will never, even if I left them Scott Media in my will after I died, don't have any interest in none of this. But what I'm creating for them is a legacy. I am leveraging everything that I do in my business for my legacy. So what is it that you dream of for your legacy, y'all? This is so serious. Man, I hope you feel the passion in my voice. Like, what is it? And those are real questions, because all of those, when I asked those questions, and I hope that things started popping up in your head. I hope that things started popping up in your heart, because all of that can be yours. Whatever it is, whatever it was, all of that can be yours. And if you've seen it already done by somebody else, like if somebody else has already done whatever it is that popped up in your head when I asked you about your brand, your business, your legacy, and your lifestyle, whatever it is that popped up, if you've seen it done by somebody else, then you already know that it's possible because somebody else is doing it. You already know that it's attainable because somebody else has done it. You already know that it's realistic because somebody else has done it, right? And this is why coaching and mentorship is so valuable. This is why coaching and mentorship is so valuable, right? Because we have these people who have already done the thing that we want to do. We have these people who have already gone down the path that we are getting ready to go down on. We already have it. If you are ready, and I mean ready to start achieving the goals that you have set for your personal brand, listen, I would love to be your coach. Like, it would be my honor to be your coach. And to kick off the new year, I have opened up just 5 spots available for new clients. Just 5 spots available. So whether you're listening to this on the replay or you are listening live, if you are ready. I mean, like, no limit ready. I mean, like, no holds barred ready. I mean, like, you know what, Nick? I'm tired of spinning my wheels trying to figure this out. I will do anything ready. Like, committed ready. Not interested. Committed ready. Then I want you to message me. Send me a private message with the word bag. Just one word. BAG. Beta, alpha, gamma. If you are ready, if you want to start achieving the goals that you have set for your personal brand, committed ready, not interested ready. I want committed ready, because there's only 5 slots available, right? So if you're interested, I don't want you, no, we're not looking for dabblers. We are looking for action takers. 5 spots available to kick off the new year, because I'm ready for you if you are ready for me. So message me, private message me, the word bag, whether you are watching this on the replay or you are watching this live. Just DM me that word, one word, BAG. Okay? So we're going to stop using those SMART goals as our foundation to establish our goals around, right? Like, we're not going to do that no more. Like, we done with that. Like, when I was a child, I what did they say? When I was a child, I thought as a child, and now that Nick Scott has snatched all my edges away, I'm going to put away those childish things, right? And we are going to get real about making this thing happen for our brand, for our business, for our legacy, and for our lifestyle, and for ourselves. Okay? So this has been the first episode of Fabpreneur Mondays with your favorite personal brand coach, Nick Scott. I help women entrepreneurs establish their expertise, amplify their credibility, and get premium pricing for their products and services. And we do this through a little thing called selfless self-promotion. So if you're ready, I want to remind you one more time, I have 5 slots available this month. 5 slots, that's it, for you to start getting your personal brand set up for success so that you can leverage it to get more sales, so that you can leverage it to build your email list and to become a more impactful influencer on social media, or whatever the dreams are that you have for your personal brand. 5 slots. Message me the word bag, BAG, one word, BAG, beta alpha gamma. And I will see y'all in the next one. All right. Bye.